today's episode of Detour, we're talking about negotiating the best price. Trust me, you are getting fucking ripped off. Everyone's ripping you off right now. I'm getting ripped off too. It's not just you, we're all getting ripped off. And we always have to push our vendors harder to get a better price because there is margin, there is room, everyone's making money out here. So stay tuned for some valuable lessons on how to get a better price on whatever you do. And thank you everyone for supporting. Incredible response to the last episode on marketing and the repetition of marketing. I think I'm going to try to dive deeper into that. Keep posting, keep sharing. Going to pick another winner for Menlo Club, and for New Republic, I'm going to give a pair of our Chelsea boots out. It's one of my favorite shoes. Very comfortable, everyday shoe. Every man should own a pair in their closet. They're just timeless, and they go for so many occasions. Keep posting on every social media platform. Even if you're in China, post it on WeChat and tag me. I'm on that shit. I'm trying to negotiate better prices. More than likely, you are getting ripped off. You're probably getting ripped off by your vendors, your lawyer, your accountant, the person selling you coffee at the bottom of your building. Everybody's ripping you off. And it's so crazy to think when I started my business that I thought I was getting good pricing. Then a few years go by, our business gets bigger. And then all of a sudden, a shirt that I was paying $20 goes down to $13. And I was like, wow, we got it. Then all of a sudden, a few years later, we get bigger. That $13 shirt goes to $10. And I was like, wow, there's no way we can get any sharper. Then it went to $9. And then it went to $8. And the shirt that I was paying $20 for 15 years ago has gone down to $8. And there's still room there. And that's the most interesting thing that I've learned over the last 18 years of being an entrepreneur, that everyone who tells you that, oh my God, I'm not making money doing this project for you, is lying to you. Everybody's making money along the way. And there is fat everywhere that can be cut. And so every vendor you work with, you can negotiate with, and don't be afraid to. What's the worst they say is no. I think the craziest thing for us in 2008 during the recession, we owed our lawyer $500,000, and we were able to negotiate, one, a lower bill, two, the most egregious payment plan. It took us like 8 years to pay them off. And I think that was a real eye-opening experience, that at the end of the day, people just want to get paid. What scares people is when they don't think they're going to receive the money. But as long as they get paid, people are willing to play ball. And if you're a good paying customer, like you pay COD or you pay deposit and you always pay on time if you're given credit, you are the most coveted customer for anyone. You have the most negotiating power with that particular client, that particular vendor. And so you need to use that and you need to flex that. Don't think you're getting the best pricing. Just know there's always someone getting better pricing. Even with businesses that I think I'm so close with, every day I discover that I could have gotten a better price. And we're a pretty big buyer in our industry, whether it's in apparel or footwear or accessories. And I'm always shocked at how much margin that there are in these items. Like, I'll give you an example. In headwear, we were comfortably buying really well-made, hard to manufacture headwear at like $550. And we were like, wow, we're killing it. We have so much margin on these hats. We went to China, and we went down there, and we went to the accessories region of China. And we found out these hats that we were paying $5 for were more like $1.50 to $2.50. That was just mind-blowing to us. And that's when, this happened probably 5-6 years ago, that's when we realized, oh, we can get everything for cheaper. We just have to negotiate better. And you have to keep trying. There's certain vendors that won't play ball at those prices, but there are people that do play ball at those prices. And, you know, we often think like you can't negotiate with a lawyer, you can't negotiate with an accountant, you can't negotiate with these professional services that you just assume this is the price. To me, those people have the most margin in the service industry. And if you're not getting superior service, you should negotiate. And it's something that I've learned, that everything is up for discussion and nothing is sacred. And it's not to take advantage of, like, we're not a very aggressive person when it comes to negotiating by any means. But when we feel like we're getting a better price somewhere else, we'll bring it up. And when we know we're getting a better price, we'll just move on. And there's no hard feeling there. But whether it's your 3PL, whether it's your customer service, whether it's your, there's room everywhere, especially in this outsourcing economy. And there is there are people that will take you on as a client, right? There are some people that say, this is what I charge, and if you're not willing to pay it, no problem, you're more than welcome to move on from me, which is fine. Like, that they've made that rule, and so you can't be too picky when it comes to those types of people. But there are other people that just want the business and are hungry, and you have a lot of negotiating power. And I think, what we're going through today with the coronavirus is going to be a very interesting example in how people treat their vendors, specifically in China. So Chinese factories have been shut now for a few weeks, almost over a month now, because of Chinese New Year and then coronavirus. They have not reopened yet. We don't know when they're going to reopen. They're going to reopen and they're going to be flooded with business because there's a huge delay. So there's no room to negotiate there, right? Because they are going to be very slammed with work. But what's going to happen is there's going to be a delay in the effect that it has on factories. So it may not be April, but maybe it's June, maybe it's July, and these factories start getting softer and softer because they all missed their sales this quarter because there's no product to sell, or they didn't receive them, or the customer is not shopping because of the virus, whatever it is. And those are opportunities that you need to take advantage of because they're going to be hungry to get work back, and we have to be willing to ask those difficult questions to them. Like, oh, you want my work? I need a better price. I need better rates. I need a quicker turnaround time. Whatever is the most valuable thing to you. I want better quality. You have to decide that, but there is an opportunity to always push your vendors across all categories to give you a better price, give you better service, all those types of things. There's also scenarios where, like, price isn't the most important thing to me, where speed is more important. And I'll be like, I know I could be getting charged a lesser price, but the speed is more important to me. So keep the speed going. Or the quality is more important. I know I can pay this, but I appreciate your effort on quality, so you can keep the money. The key is to make them aware that you know that you can get a better price. I don't care what you do and how small you are, you can get a better price. Especially all you apparel people. I see all these young brands, and I know the apparel industry, but, like, I see everyone getting ripped off. I mean, you're the first vendor you go to, you get ripped off. The second one, third one, and you think you keep getting better prices, and then someone like me comes along who's kind of experienced it all, and I look at it and be like, oh my God, you're still getting ripped off. Packaging, a big area where people are getting ripped off. You can get a better price. You just have to really think through how you can get the best price. There's also people that take into consideration how the product is manufactured to engineer the best price. If you are this true creative that want your product to be like the dream version of what you imagine, that never comes cheap. But if you are willing to sacrifice certain things because price is important, and in most cases, I'd say 95% of cases, price is very important to the success of whatever you do, then you need to make some sacrifices to get the best price. And these are just things when you're having the discussion with the vendor that you need to be open to. Because the vendor might be, I can give you this price, but you'll have to do this. And are you willing to do that? Will that compromise your product, your brand? Those are the questions you have to ask. But just know, you can always get a better price. It is scary how much margin is in everything. As small business owners, you come to understand printing, manufacturing, services, definitely negotiate hard there because that's just labor, and you can figure how much they're making and know what kind of room they have. And if they really want you as a customer, you can push that button. And if you're a high profile person or a high profile business, no, you even have more leveraging power because they're going to use your name to get other clients. I mean, that's why I'm so hesitant to work with so many people because like you're going to go say, you know me, you did it for me and go get 10 other customers. So great, then do mine for free if you want to use my name and use my brands as a tool. So just be very leery of those conversations and how to handle them. But push hard. When those tough times come, you need to be able to squeeze your vendors for survival. So why don't you get on the phone today, do a practice round, and get a better price for something. Even if it's 5 cents, it'll make you feel better. Good luck.